Hi guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, I wanted to do this tutorial mainly focus on how to achieve glowy skin. So if you want to see how I achieved this look, then just feel free and keep on watching. So to start this video, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to prime my face with the SmashBox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, and it looks like this, and it is oil free. And I'm not going to take too much of that product, and then I'm going to mainly focus this on the apples of my cheeks, my chin, nose, and forehead. I don't really put primer, I guess, all over my face. Just in the areas that I guess need it the most. And with this primer, I like letting it soak into my skin for quite a bit time. Usually with primers, I don't normally let them sit in my skin for too long. Just because they are kind of faster to absorb into the skin. But with this one, I found out that from using it from experience and stuff, that one is it takes a little bit longer to kind of soak into your skin. So if you go in with your foundation, it's gonna kind of slip and slide. But that's just that's from experience and from my skin that I found out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let this soak in. Another thing that you can do too to help is just to pat it in like I am now, and it kind of makes a difference because you're pressing in that product rather than just putting it on your face and then just leaving it alone. So, and then with this one too, I found that when I would put my foundation on, I feel like it would kind of, when I would apply it with my beauty blender or something, it kind of absorbed a lot of the product. As you can tell by the title, I kind of gonna do like a more glowy kind of look, I guess. So I'm gonna take the Milani Conceal Plus Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation Plus Concealer, and this in the shade 02. And normally this one is, let me read what it says. It's medium to full coverage, lightweight, oil-free formula, long wearing, water resistant, and sweat proof. Since this doesn't have oil, this is targeted more to kind of people with a drier skin complexion. Because it does give you that nice glow and that dewy finish. So that's why I like going in with this foundation when I do want more of a glowy kind of look. So I'm taking about that much on my beauty blender, and then I'm just gonna start to just place it onto my face, and then I'm just gonna start to blend it in. And the thing that I like about this foundation, which I'm pretty sure I've said it in one of my previous videos, is that it is drugstore, but however the coverage is absolutely amazing, because I do have some foundations that I have like from higher end foundations, and it does not compare the coverage, I guess I can say. The coverage does not compare to this one. So I really like the coverage and the price point with this foundation. And I believe, I'm actually not even going to say how much it is because I don't want to be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this product has been out for a while, so I'm pretty sure you guys know how much it is and how it works. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard many reviews on this foundation. I'm just going to make sure I go ahead and I blend everything in. I've tried it out, and usually when I blend out my foundation, I kind of just go in and I blend it out, and once I blend it all out, I kind of just stop there and I move on. But lately I've been kind of just blending it into my skin even more, so that way I'm making sure that the foundation is going to stick into my skin and it's going to really lock in place. Not saying that I wasn't doing it before, but this is a really good technique if you find that your foundation has a tendency to kind of wash away throughout the day. This is a really good method for you just to kind of just keep blending it into your skin. And now for concealer, I'm going to take this Tarte Shape Tape Contour Concealer, and this is in the shade Light Medium Honey. I like this one because it is really full coverage. So since it is full coverage, I'm not going to go in too much with this product. However, I really like this one because it has a pinky undertone, kind of like a salmon-y kind of undertone, so it really gives off good pigmentation when you blend it out, and it helps with any darkness that you have going on under your eyes. So that salmon color is going to help to cancel out any of that darkness that you have. So now that I went ahead and I applied that, now I'm just going to blend that out with my beauty blender. Again, I'm taking it into my kind of eye socket just because I do tend to get darkness in that area. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to take that concealer and just apply it in there. And you can see it kind of just canceled all that out. And what I like to do is I like to pinch like the tip of the beauty blender, so that way I can assure that I'm going to get into the smaller places. Okay. And now that I have that all blended out, I'm going to take my Morphe E8 brush. This was one of my favorites back then to set my under eye with and to blend out my concealer. And now I'm going to take the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette, and I'm going to take this yellow shade here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use that shade to set underneath my eye. And I like using more of a yellow kind of powder to set underneath my eye just because it gives me more of a brighten up under eye. So that way, that's a good trick. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard all these before, but I'm just kind of saying them for those of you that, you know, are kind of new to makeup and want a little bit of tips and tricks to help your makeup. This is a really good one. I love doing this because it just really brightens up my under eye, and it does set it at the same time. And then I'm just going in and setting my eyes with that. I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything with my eyeshadow, but... And I find that these type of brushes are more better to set underneath the eye because they are more dense, so it's going to pick up more product. And when you go in and you set that under eye, it's going to really make sure that it's setting that and it's locking into your skin. And now I'm going to do cream contour because since it's like a dewy kind of foundation, I don't want to go in with a matte bronzer. So I'm going to take the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Chestnut. I'm going to take a little bit of this. I'm not going to do a crazy contour, but... And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to blend that out with my e.l.f. small stipple brush, and it looks like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press it into the skin before I go in and I start swiping. So I'm just pressing it into the skin right now. And actually, you don't even have to go in and swipe to blend it out. This is a really good method to blend out cream contour that I learned when I went to my makeup school. And it really helps, so that way you're pressing it into the skin again to assure that it's going to stay onto your skin. It's going to really absorb into the skin. When as you go in and swipe, you're kind of moving that product and you're moving your foundation side to side. So I feel like this is a really good method to use to ensure that your contour is going to stay in place. And even though I'm going to go in and set it with the powder, because you always want to set your creams or your liquids or gels with powder, this is just really going to help to give that nice effect when I go in with that bronzer. With the forehead, I kind of just blend it out into my hairline. I don't want to bring it in again because I do have a smaller forehead, so if I were to bring it in, it would give me the illusion of an even smaller forehead, and that's not what I'm going for today. So with whatever's left on my brush, I'll go ahead and stipple that onto my jawline. And then what I like to do, just to kind of break up any harsh lines, I like to just take the other side of my beauty blender and kind of just go over that, just to give it more of a softened look, especially on my forehead. And now I'm gonna take this LA Girl. I just tried this out the other day and I fell in love with this one. And it's the LA Girl Pro Face HD Matte Press. And this is the LA Girl Pro Face HD Matte Press Powder, and it looks like this. I've seen a lot of people using this, and I wanted to kind of get my hands on it and just try it out for myself. And this is in the shade Warm Honey. I originally got the shade to set my entire face, but when I tried it out, it was too dark for my skin tone. So I ended up just saying that I can use it for a bronzer, and it works good as a bronzer. So I'm going to take this Eco Tools large powder brush. It looks like this. Really, you can take any large brush to do your bronzer. So with this, I'm just taking a little bit, tapping off the excess. And I'm first going to kind of just press it into the skin rather than swipe. And I kind of like going around these areas right here, just so it doesn't kind of just go blend in and come in and just kind of look like a ball right there. So that's why I kind of just slightly go over that. So this is what the skin's, you can already see, and I haven't put any highlighter on, so you can kind of see already it's giving me that nice kind of glow. I love this foundation to give me that glow. So now for the actual highlighter, I'm going to go in with my favorite. This is the Makeup Revolution Baked Highlighter, and this is in the shade Golden Lights. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to apply that with my Morphe M510 brush. And I'm only going to take a little bit of this product just because it is a really strong and intense highlight. And then what I recently like doing is kind of just taking it above my brows, just so that way when the sun hits me when I'm outside, I'm getting that glow in every angle. And then my chin. So that just added a little bit more of that glow, which I am living for. So what I'm going to do now, just because I kind of just want the main focus on the face, which I don't normally do because I normally want the main focus on the eyes. But for this specific video, I wanted the main focus to kind of be on the face. And now for lips, I'm going to take the I Love Sarai X ColourPop, and this is in the shade Curvy. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to line my lips with this. So now that I went in and I lined them, I'm just going to kind of just fill them in just a little bit. And I'm going to go in with, again, the ColourPop X I Love Sarai Ultra Glossy Lip, and this is in the shade Curvy as well. Actually, first I'm going to apply this NYX Butter Gloss and Madeline, just because I want to start off with something a little bit more pinky than more nude. So this is going to give me that effect. So I'm just going to apply some of this. So then just to kind of lighten it up more, now I'm going to take the shade Curvy. But that's pretty much it for this kind of how to achieve glowy skin. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. So if you guys are excited to see what future videos I have, again, don't forget to like this video. And I'll see you in my next tutorial.